Hello guys, it's 899 here and welcome to NRL Tips and Predictions round 26. Usually this is the last round, but because one more team, no, we still got one more round to go. This round is going to have a lot of context specifically for the finals, so let's just get into it. First off, we're going to be talking about the Thursday game, which is the Penrith Panthers up against the Parramatta Eels. Obviously the grand final rematch and the battle of the West. Obviously the Panthers are coming off a sizable win against the Titans. Pretty much Panthers need to just keep on winning if they want to secure the minor premiership, because it's currently a dead heat between them and Brisbane. Parramatta pretty much need to win to even have some remnants of their final hopes being alive, but I feel like at this point some planet aligning type stuff needs to happen in terms of Parramatta making the 8. So I feel like it can be sorts of a lot closer than people might think, but I'm going to go a bit safe and say I think Penrith should win this game. Basically puts the final nail on the coffin of Parramatta on what has been, I'd probably say, a lackluster season. To be fair, a credit to them for even having this season, still being in it even at this point, because for me, they should have been gone a couple of weeks ago. Now we're going to go on to the first game on Friday, and it is the New Zealand Warriors up against the St. George Illawarra Dragons. So, Warriors are continuing their run home very well with a win last week against Manly, and they want to keep on going as they're taking on the Dragons, who, again, the Dragons did suffer a loss last week, but they've been shown that they can take it to these, these top teams, and I feel something similar is going to happen. Granted, some of the Warriors games have been relatively close as well against opponents who aren't in the 8, and I feel like it's going to go down the same line in a way. I do think the Warriors are still going to win. Going to have them probably by 12. Yeah, it's going to be a closer sort of game, but I do think the Warriors should get it, but I think obviously the Dragons are going to play for it because there is still a potential chance of them getting the wooden spoon. So if the Dragons are able to win that, then there's no hope for the Tigers. Is it? Unless it comes down to the final round. So now we go onto Friday, 8 PM, and it's an absolute do or die clash for the North Queensland Cowboys as they play away to the Redcliffe Dolphins at Suncorp. So the Dolphins had a fair few players out last week against the Tigers, and the Tigers were able to get that win. Cowboys have started to slump a little bit in their finals charge with their loss last week to Cronulla. But so in this match, pretty much do or die for the Cowboys. They're going to still make this interesting, and I'm going to say that the North Queensland Cowboys should be able to get the win over the Dolphins, but this is going to be a close game. I'm thinking by 6. It is going to be a close game. Now move on to the first game on Saturday, and we have the Melbourne Storm hosting the Gold Coast Titans. The Gold Coast Titans season is officially over. They cannot make the finals now. Storm are very much wanting to stay in that top 4 area, because if they do falter now, there is a bunch of teams that can jump them. Being like Canberra, Cronulla, Newcastle are a bunch of teams that could end up overtaking the Storm if they start to falter now. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Storm are going to win this game. They've been playing very well in this. They were a bit hiccupy over the last month or so, but this is where they switched on and they have been doing very well. And I think, yeah, Storm should get this. And now we've got probably, in terms of the teams outside of the 8, the biggest game of the round. It is, of course, the Sydney Roosters up against the West Tigers. Now, pretty much the Roosters need to win this game to keep in tow with South Sydney before what could possibly be the do-or-die clash against the Rabbitohs in round 27. The Tigers, again, they've been showing that they can get the wins, get results like they've done it against the Dolphins last week. But I just think the Roosters are starting now to finally hit their form. They're playing how they should have been all season, but it's a good time they got it in now. It's I know they're accustomed to having slow starts, but they really started slow. But they're back in, and I think the Roosters are going to win this game, and they're going to set up an absolute blockbuster, in the words of immortal Patrick Gillespie, for round 27 on Friday night. Rabbitohs Roosters in basically a player depending on what happens, because Cowboys are still in it and they need to win to stay in that finals picture. So who knows what will happen. Now we go to another game of very interesting context into 2nd versus 6th. It is the Canberra Raiders taking on the Brisbane Broncos. So Brisbane are now coming off their bye and basically freshed up, ready to go. And they're going to take on a Canberra Raiders team who have had to get scrappy to get some of their wins in the last 2 weeks, but they have gotten them well. They have bounced back well against that Knights game where they've beaten the Tigers and the Bulldogs. So pretty much the Raiders need to win this to kind of guarantee themselves a home final. And Broncos obviously need to win to keep in track with Penrith for the minor premiership. A lot of significance because if results do happen, the Knights could end up jumping them. So this is an important game for Canberra, but I'm going to say that Brisbane are going to just about hold out. This is going to be a close game. It's going to be probably like by 8. It's going to be fairly close, and yeah, Brisbane continue their minor premiership charge. Now we go to Sunday, 2 p.m. at Accor Stadium, and we have the Canterbury Bulldogs up against the Manly Sea Eagles. Pretty much the only true dead rubber in essence, because both teams can't play for it. They're not playing for anything. It's going to be pretty much for pride. I'm a genius when it comes to, there's so many layers, but obviously both teams cannot make the finals, and it's a game that is very much a coin flip. Like, it can go either way, and I personally think that it's going to be close. And though I did pick them last week to win and they didn't, I'm actually going to say I think the Bulldogs are going to win this game. This is a game that could very much go to Golden Point. I'm going to say it's probably by 2. Like, it's going to be a very close encounter, but I think the Bulldogs should be able to get the job done. Kind of similar circumstances as to last year. And now finally, Sunday, 4 p.m, 5th versus 7th. It is the Newcastle Knights up against the Cronulla Sharks. Obviously, played earlier on in the year and the Sharks belted us at Coffs Harbour, but now Newcastle are 7 games in a row. We're starting to tempt fate a little bit. Hastings apparently should be set to be back. We're not too completely sure because team list hasn't popped out yet, but it should be something along those lines. But the Knights have just been playing fantastic football. Sharks are starting to turn it around as well in their last couple of weeks after they started dipping in form. So pretty much Sharks win this, they are guaranteed a home final. And if the Newcastle Knights win, and if Canberra do lose against Brisbane, the Knights will jump to 5th. And that is like a big prospect of Newcastle having a potential home final. So this is a game that, again, can go either way and stuff like that. But I'm going to back the boys. I think the Knights can win this game. I think this is going to be a bit closer than the South game. I think it's going to be like by 10 or something. But I do think the Newcastle Knights can get the job done. And yeah, that's going to be the predictions for the end of round 26. So who do you guys have? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.